What's going on, everyone? My name's Tenebris, and today we got a brand new letter from the Generation Zero devs to go through. But this letter is something kinda new for us. It's a very thorough retrospective on the latest update, both good and bad. And I really like this letter. Not because it has the spiciest info or anything, but because it's honest and transparent with us. So today, let's read through this dev letter and see what the teams thought of the latest patch here in Generation Zero. So the dev letter reads, "Greetings survivors, since we released the tactical response update, you've given us a lot of valuable feedback. As we mentioned in our previous letters, this update didn't have as much new content as many fans have come to expect from us. To reiterate, this was because we're working on a big feature that will be added to the game with our next major content release, the date of which we're not quite ready to announce yet. Once we do, we'll be able to talk more about the rest of this year's plans in the form of a new roadmap, but until then, it'll need some more work. Let's go through the insights that we've had and what we're going to do from here." Procedural missions. Overall, procedural missions were received well, giving players something new to do on a regular basis. However, the veterans among you feel that the currently available missions are too short, being completed within a couple minutes with endgame gear. We also saw that the missions are spawning more often than initially planned, activating once a day with the mission type on a weekly rotation instead of featuring one mission a week. We recognize that you like this cadence and would like to see more variety in it, but they are intended to be on a weekly rotation, so we'll change this back to the original design in the future. We plan to add more mission types to the roster later on this year, and when we do, we will keep this feedback in mind. This update was a way for us to add this complex new functionality to the game while keeping the first iteration slim so we could detect and identify problems with the new system more easily. Now that we've found some issues with how they're scheduled and read the feedback you've provided, we're ready to design even more fun and engaging missions with appropriate rewards for you to play. Tactical Equipment Pack 2. We're delighted to see the reception for this new DLC has been great. Seeing our love for these equipment items reflected in our community is a pleasure for us as devs. We've seen some reports about homing turrets not hitting its targets as expected, and its rockets sometimes flying circles around enemies. Thank you for reporting them to us. These issues will be resolved as soon as possible. A surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. The hacker skill has received a buff which slipped through the cracks when we made the patch notes. Hacker has now a much shorter cooldown with no limit to how many machines can be hacked at the same time. We appreciate the enthusiasm of those who have already discovered this. We see you, hacker mains. This change was done because many players found this skill underwhelming due to its limited usage and long cooldown. We're planning to address other grievances players have been having with some of our skills later on this year, but we need to do it in a properly balanced way, so it'll take some time. For now though, enjoy hacking the world. And lastly, newly discovered bugs. Some of you, especially the players who have reached the end game, will surely have noticed that shock ammo doesn't properly tether on machines anymore, only on terrain. This is very much a bug, not an intended change. It has been fixed for the next update, which we'll have more information on soon. Furthermore, we've seen reports of players receiving unexpectedly high amounts of schematic points when defeating a rival, making it impossible to unlock new schematics. We were able to quickly identify this issue, and it will be fixed within the next update as well. Thank you to everyone who reported this to us, you helped us out a lot. When the tactical response update dropped, we also identified the Reaper loot bug, a bug where looting a machine that had a clothing item the player already owned in its inventory using the loot all keybind would prevent the loot from appearing in the player's inventory. This was most prevalent with the Reaper's loot as it had a specific clothing set. Luckily, we were able to fix this in a hotfix that went out this Monday, along with some crash issues on Xbox and Microsoft Store on PC. More fixes to come in the future. These are the main feedback points we've gathered since we released the last update. As we're keeping our eyes and ears open for more, please let us know if you have any additional questions or input. Here are links to our Twitter page and our Discord server again. Until then, let's get to work. We appreciate each and every one of you, the Generation Zero dev team. So there we go. Not only has our feedback been received, but issues along the way have been fixed. And we have plenty in store to look forward to, with the team yet again hinting that the next big content update is gonna be huge for us. I think we're in store for some good stuff here in GZ, but for now, it's great to take a second to look back on the latest update and reflect on what did and didn't work. So I want to know, what do you guys think of this dev letter? Do you like the honesty as much as I do? But either way, for now, thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Until then, peace.